how a single flea bite unleashed the consequences she thought would never come. The film begins by showing a small family consisting of a father named Felix, his wife Christine, and their daughter Roberta. They are a small family living happily. In their daily life, Felix works as a businessman, while Christine works as a children's clothing designer. Christine often travels to various countries to search for inspiration for the clothes she designs. Sometimes she even visits the factories directly just to monitor the performance of the workers who sew children's clothing for the company she works for.
Exemplary work. Maybe the door could be locked.
At the moment, Christine has returned to her home country to attend a fashion show featuring her latest children's clothing designs. Before going to work, Christine takes Roberta to school. After that, she heads to her workplace, a children's clothing company called Taiki. Upon arriving, Christine checks the children's clothes that will be showcased in the fashion show. Once everything is ready, the event begins. While the show is in progress, Christine receives a phone call from someone. She steps backstage for a moment to answer it. However, back there, she instead encounters a dog whose body is covered in fleas. The dog approaches Christine and shakes its body, causing the fleas to scatter everywhere. Many of them land on Christine, and one of the fleas sticks to the back of her neck. 8 months pass after the strange incident Christine experienced. Since then, she begins suffering from various illnesses and can no longer work normally. Every night she has breathing difficulties, forcing her to use an oxygen mask so she can breathe normally. Sometimes she also experiences muscle spasms in her hands. Not only that, Christine often forgets small things, and all of it disrupts her daily life. She must continue taking many medications in hopes that her health will improve, but after 8 months of medical treatment, her condition still does not get better. Christine's declining health greatly affects her job as a designer. She has trouble focusing on creating new children's clothing designs. Even though she is not in good condition, Christine forces herself to keep working, and after a few months, she finally finishes her newest clothing design. She then goes to the company Vesmodo, which owns the Taiki brand. There, she immediately meets her boss, Liz, to show her the design she has made. After reviewing it, Liz says the design is good, but still needs a few adjustments. Liz asks Christine to revise the design quickly because the company needs to release the newest edition of Taiki children's clothing soon. Christine feels a bit happy because her design was not rejected. It only needs revisions. This means she must work even harder to make the design better.
Lot to take on. Lot of pressure.
When she arrives home, Christine receives a visit from a woman named Diana.
Condescending. Hi.
Diana is a woman from the Philippines. She explains that she has come to work as a housemaid. A few days earlier, Christine had contacted her and asked her to work at her home. Christine is confused because she does not remember ever looking for a housemaid. Even so, she assumes she might have forgotten again. Since Christine will be very busy in the coming days, she immediately accepts Diana as her maid. With Diana in the house, Christine no longer has to worry about household chores. Christine then brings Diana to the guest room located next to her workspace. Since the room is still dirty, Christine helps Diana clean it.
Things away. Come down when you're finished.
After finishing cleaning, Christine immediately leaves Diana's room. Then, Diana opens her suitcase, which is filled with many strange objects. Not long after, Felix arrives home after picking up Roberta from school. Christine quickly introduces Diana to Felix and Roberta. Because Diana's arrival is so sudden, Felix and Roberta are not yet comfortable with her presence in their home.
This is a bit of a surprise for me.
Just arrived.
It's okay.
While Diana is cleaning her room, she overhears a conversation between Felix and Christine. Felix admits that he is upset with Christine for not telling him that she was looking for a housemaid. He says she should have asked for his permission first, and he feels uneasy about having Diana in the house. Christine then explains that she will be very busy in the coming days because she needs to finish revising her clothing designs quickly. She's afraid that if she gets too busy, she won't have time to take care of the household, which is why she needs Diana's help. Christine asks Felix to understand her situation. During dinner, Diana serves a dish from the Philippines. Christine is very excited to try it, and it turns out to be delicious. At first, Felix and Roberta refuse to eat the food because it looks strange, but after tasting a bit, they actually like it. They keep complimenting Diana for preparing such a tasty meal. When Christine goes to pour herself a drink, she suddenly feels pain in her hand. Seeing this, Diana quickly approaches her and lightly tickles Christine's body. Miraculously, the pain disappears instantly. Christine is confused but thanks Diana for helping her.
Diana, what the hell? It's gone.
The next morning, Christine takes Diana along to drop Roberta off at school. She wants to show Diana the route so Diana can take Roberta to school later. On the way, Christine forgets the way to the school. Diana tells her not to panic and asks Roberta to guide them instead. When they arrive, they walk Roberta to the school gate.
Show us the way? Yes? Good job.
I can't even call a cab.
Let me.
On the way back home, Christine doesn't want to drive because her illness starts acting up again. Diana then offers to perform a traditional healing ritual from the Philippines, which she claims can cure Christine's sickness. Tired of taking so many medications and trying various medical treatments, Christine finally agrees to try the ritual. Once they arrive home, Diana begins preparing the items needed for the ceremony. She tells Christine to have faith in the ritual so it can work properly. Then she asks Christine to sit calmly while she performs the traditional healing. Diana starts by lighting incense, then drops a mysterious stone into a glass of water and blows over it while circling around Christine's body. Diana explains that the water will turn dirty because it absorbs the illness and bad energy from Christine's body. Sure enough, after a while, the water becomes murky. Diana continues the ritual until Christine starts to feel better. She says the ritual must be performed regularly so that Christine's sickness will not return. Curious about the ritual, Christine asks whether it can be performed only by Diana or also by other people from Diana's hometown. Diana explains that the ritual can only be done by chosen individuals known as umu, which means a kind of shaman. She then begins telling Christine about her past when she was a child. Long ago, when a great storm struck her village, an old woman who was an umu came to Diana's house seeking shelter from the storm. But because the woman was already very old, she passed away in Diana's home. At the moment of her death, Diana was there and witnessed it. Many people say that when an umu dies, their mystical power transfers to whoever witnesses their death. Since Diana was there when the old umu died, the woman's spiritual powers were passed on to her. From that day on, Diana became an umu, which is why she is able to perform the healing rituals. After the ritual ends, Christine thanks Diana for making her feel much better. Christine then confides in Diana that before she fell ill, she once encountered a dirty dog full of fleas. She believes that one of those fleas bit her and that this was when her strange illness began. Her sickness was so unusual that even medical treatments could not cure it. However, everything changed after Diana arrived. Christine's condition, which had been deteriorating for months, began to improve thanks to the healing rituals. Christine asks Diana to continue performing them, and Diana agrees, but she tells Christine that she cannot help her forever. She asks Christine to completely trust whatever healing method she performs. Every day, Diana conducts various kinds of rituals on Christine. Without Christine realizing it, Diana also starts collecting her blood, nails, and hair, though it is unclear what she plans to do with them. While Christine and Diana are busy with these healing rituals, Felix and Roberta become confused about what the two women are doing. Felix also wonders why Christine so easily agrees to participate in Diana's strange practices. Then Roberta tells Felix that she saw Diana floating in the air the previous night. Felix thinks that Roberta must have been dreaming. Later, Christine goes to the bathroom to take her medicine, but suddenly all her pills are gone. Diana tells her that she was the one who threw them away herself, but since Christine often experiences memory loss, she can't remember doing it.
You don't need them. You trust me, Christine?
After that, Diana takes Roberta to school. Meanwhile, at home, while Christine is in her workspace, something very strange happens. Suddenly, her entire room appears to burst into flames. Fortunately, Felix arrives just in time to calm Christine, who is in a state of panic.
What happened?
After Christine falls asleep, Felix goes to Diana's room to talk to her. He feels that ever since Diana came into their home, she has been making Christine believe in strange things and manipulating her into following all of her instructions. Felix asks Diana to stay away from Christine and stop performing her strange rituals, but Diana refuses. She insists that she only wants to help Christine get rid of her illness and urges Felix to go to sleep since it is already late at night. As Felix heads back to his room, he is suddenly attacked by Roberta's pet bird. Startled, Felix instinctively hits the bird, killing it instantly. Roberta becomes furious with Felix for killing her beloved pet. Diana quickly helps Roberta bury the bird. Knowing that Roberta will feel lonely after losing her pet, Diana comforts her and tells her that she can be her friend, so Roberta won't feel alone. Diana promises never to leave her and to always stay by her side.
Why are you nice to me? I'll not be alone anymore.
Later, Diana performs another healing ritual for Christine. This time, thanks to the ritual, Christine feels energetic and joyful.
You are happy.
Yes.
She becomes highly focused on her work, and her boss praises her new children's clothing designs. Liz, Christine's boss, even comes up with the idea to promote Christine's latest designs through TV and internet advertisements. This makes Christine extremely happy.
Shoes make me win and never do.
Meanwhile, at home, Felix secretly sneaks into Diana's room to check her belongings. He suspects that Diana might be giving Christine some kind of substance that makes her dependent on her. While searching, Felix finds Christine's missing medicines hidden under Diana's bed. He also discovers what looks like a small altar. Felix immediately tells Christine about what he found. Hearing this, Christine is shocked to learn that Diana has been lying to her. As a result, Felix and Christine decide to kick Diana out of their home.
Try me. Do that and go.
Not healthy.
I'm not the one who needs to control.
Before leaving, Diana says goodbye to Roberta. Learning that Diana will no longer stay with them makes Roberta very sad. Just when they had become friends, her parents are forcing Diana to leave. Diana then asks Roberta whether she wants her to come back to the house. If she does, Roberta must help her. Diana tells Roberta to accuse Felix of taking Christine's medicines and placing them in Diana's room so that Christine will trust her again. That night, while Christine is sleeping, she has a terrifying nightmare of a giant flea crawling all over her body, leaving her in deep fear. The next morning, following Diana's instructions, Roberta accuses Felix of being the one who took Christine's medicines and hid them in Diana's room. Because Roberta is still a child, Christine believes her and begins scolding Felix. Felix is confused and doesn't understand why Roberta would accuse him of such a thing. But Christine, trusting her daughter's words more, accuses Felix of doing it on purpose because he never liked Diana from the start. This leads to a heated argument between Felix and Christine. Not wanting the fight to continue, Felix decides to walk away and sleep in the upstairs room. As he's heading upstairs, he is suddenly attacked by a bird, loses his balance, and falls from a height. Felix is immediately taken to the hospital to receive medical treatment. The next day, Christine once again feels unwell, but she forces herself to go to work because it's a very important day for her. While overseeing the filming of a commercial for her latest clothing line, Christine suddenly experiences terrifying hallucinations. She sees everyone's faces covered with dog fleas. The hallucinations grow more intense and horrifying until she screams in panic. Everyone around her is confused and shocked by her sudden outburst. Liz then tells Christine to go home and rest. When she gets home, Christine goes straight to her room. Soon after, Roberta comes in to ask how she's feeling, but Christine tells her to leave. Roberta feels hurt and sad, and as she walks back to her room, there's a sudden knock at the door. When she checks, it turns out to be Diana, who has returned to heal Christine. Christine is deeply moved that Diana came back, even though she and Felix had treated her badly before. Diana takes Christine to her workspace and begins performing the final healing ritual. But instead of feeling better, Christine's condition worsens. Instead of curing her, Diana forces Christine to keep sewing clothes over and over again until she becomes completely exhausted. Then the truth about what really happened to Christine is revealed. It turns out that Christine's illness was caused by a curse. Diana had bewitched her. Diana sent the curse in the form of a dog flea, which is why Christine suffered strange symptoms for months. The doctors couldn't diagnose her illness, and only Diana could cure her by releasing the curse she had cast herself. The reason Diana placed the curse on Christine was because several months earlier, Diana's own child had died as a result of Christine's actions. Diana once had a small family consisting of herself, her husband Sam, and their daughter Kirana. They lived in a small rural village in the Philippines. Because of conflict in their village, the family was forced to move to the city. To survive, Diana started working as a sewing laborer at a garment factory. Every day she brought her daughter with her to work. One day, Christine came to visit the factory where Diana worked. The factory produced clothes based on Christine's designs. Christine had partnered with the factory manager to mass produce her designs. Since Christine's clothing line was in high demand, she asked the manager to force the workers to sew 30 garments per day. That was far too many, as the workers could only manage about 25 garments a day. Not only that, Christine also told the manager to lock the factory doors so that no workers could freely go in or out. She was afraid that someone might steal the clothes meant for sale, which would disrupt production. Hearing this order, the manager reluctantly agreed to follow Christine's demand. That afternoon, while Diana is working at the factory, Kirana starts feeling very hot and thirsty. Diana asks the factory manager for permission to step outside and buy a cold drink for her daughter. The manager reluctantly unlocks the factory door to let her out. After Diana leaves, he locks the door again to prevent the workers from going in and out as they please. A short while later, an electrical short circuit causes sparks that ignite a fire. Because the factory is filled with flammable materials, the flames quickly spread, engulfing the entire building. The fire results in many deaths, including Diana's daughter Kirana, as the workers are trapped inside. The only exit has been locked by the manager. Even the manager himself dies in the blaze. From that moment on, Diana blames Christine for Kirana's death, since it was Christine's idea to lock the factory doors in the first place. If Christine hadn't ordered the manager to seal the exits, the workers and Diana's daughter could have escaped the fire. Overwhelmed by grief and hatred, Diana grows consumed with vengeance toward Christine. She decides to use her shamanic powers to take revenge, sending a dark curse to Christine so that she would suffer endlessly. When Christine begins to fall ill, Diana visits her home, pretending to be a savior while secretly carrying out her plan for revenge. In truth, she never came to heal Christine. She came to destroy her life as retribution for what happened to Kirana. Christine, filled with remorse, begs Diana for forgiveness for her past mistakes. But it's too late. What's done is done, and nothing can bring back Diana's daughter. Diana declares that the only way for Christine to atone for her sins is through suffering. She then kills Christine by burning her alive, forcing her to experience the same agony Kirana endured in the factory fire. After Christine's death, Diana meets Roberta and takes her to the backyard. There, she tells Roberta to keep looking up at the sky. Slowly, Diana begins to rise into the air, floating up to the roof. It becomes clear that Diana intends to end her own life by jumping from the height. When she falls, she is fatally injured. In her final moments, Diana's shamanic power manifests as a small chick, which leaves her body and enters Roberta's. The power transfers into the child, turning Roberta into a new Umu, just like Diana once was. Meanwhile, Felix returns home. As he searches for Christine, he is horrified to discover her lifeless, burned body. In the final scene, Roberta is shown having embraced her new identity as an Umu. She happily roams through the wild, collecting medicinal herbs. From a distance, the spirit of Diana watches over her. Roberta sees her and smiles. Then the story comes to an end.